सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Om, may He protect us both. May we both enjoy together. May we both exert together. May our studies become brilliant. May we not become disputatious and hate each other. Om, peace, peace, peace. Welcome to our classes, TattvaBodhah. So 1 week was given a holiday so that you can study. And most of you, if not all, I know personally, you would be right there on Sunday, 11 o'clock, sitting in your respecting houses, opening the book and started studying till 12 o'clock. I assume everybody would have studied. That's what makes me happy. You see, my happiness is always assuming things are always good. I know how many people would have studied, perhaps, but that attitude of things are going on well. So we did the studies, we have come to a level where we have understood what are the qualifications of studying this text, in fact any text of Vedanta, very easily given. When they say these are the qualifications, it should not be that you have those qualifications, that means you already reached the particular state, but you have a little bit of attitude of that qualification within you, a little bit of studies and analysis. A completely extroverted person whose life, first of all, how would you define an extroverted person and an introverted person? An extroverted person is one whose life, happiness and experiences, whatever it is completely dependent on the world. So when anything happens to the world, there is a direct reaction set in his or her personality, completely dependent on external situations. These are the people who don't have what they call the knowledge of themselves. They live on the opinion of others. So how are you? If you ask that question to them genuinely, then they will say, I don't know, you tell me, how am I? They even don't know that. So it's always the opinion of the other person. What do you think I am? What do you think I should do? What do you think? So the more the person says, what do you think to the world, these are called extroverted people. Completely dependent on the nay and the yes of the world. If the world says I'm all right, I'm happy. If the world puts me down, I'm sad. Completely dependent. When through extrovertedness, when my life is based, the whole life is based on other people's opinions, somewhere down the line I try to please everybody. Right? As soon as we are born into a particular biological system where we try to please everybody. My father should be all right, my mother should be happy with me, my sister should be happy with me, my brother should be, all the relations are husband, wife, children, they should be, basically I want to keep everybody happy. In that process, somewhere down the line, they realize this one eternal truth. I don't know what is the secret of happiness, but the secret of being sad is trying to make everyone happy. This thought somewhere down the line percolates, and then that person turns a little bit introvert. अपनी भी जिंदगी है भाई. I should also live. I can't just be a carpet where everybody comes, scrubs their feet and go. I am not here to serve A, B, C, D, E, F, G's whims and fancies of my relatives and relations and friends and enemies. No. I have a purpose in life. As soon as you even come to a little bit, a 5% take on this kind of a questioning, you have become introverted. And an introverted person is always happy. Always happy. Then the qualifications start getting into the qualifications. Now, what are the qualifications? A brief 2 minutes rundown. Okay. First qualification, you should be able to discriminate between the real and the unreal. Okay, that's the first qualification. Second qualification is, when you know something is unreal, you have to have a dispassionate attitude towards it. We have explained this in detail in the previous classes, so I'm not getting into the details of it. An attitude of dispassion towards that which is not important. Third, with this, I have the 6 qualities with me. Sama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana. 6 qualities. Then, when I have these 6 qualities, one more quality, the 4th one, is required for my qualification, and that requirement is mumukshatva. Mumukshatva is that attitude when you look around in the world with all its glory and its sadness and all the problems, you just shake yourself up and say, I don't want to be a part of it. There are these great masters who have said certain things in life that this is not what it is. So let me find out what it is. That uncomfortability in our own comforts. Just an attitude saying that this is okay, I am enjoying this, but this is not it. This is not a permanent factor. There has to be something else in life which needs to be addressed. When that attitude happens, you move on to the next stage. Therefore, this gap was given of 1 week. The next stage is this: your penetration towards the truth. Now, when we are devoting our studies to this penetration of the truth, none of the qualities of the world is any more important. What is happening there, what is happening where, it's not there. The focus is only on involution. You are studying for your own betterment. First of all, to relate with the world, to relate with relatives, you should know who you are. So the topic starts: inquiry into the truth. What is truth? So we'll just chant this verse, just say it. Tattva vivekaha kaha. What is tattva viveka? Viveka, discrimination. Tattva, essence. What is the discrimination about that supreme reality? How should you go about it? There are various attitudes of discrimination in the world. A child is riding on a bicycle, and the mother says, see, do one thing, there is a general shop there, right? So in that general shop, you have to buy 2 things. I'm going to make some nice laddus for you. The child says, really, yes. Buy some sesame seeds, maybe 100 grams, and buy rice. 100 grams. He says, okay. He takes the money and goes, cycles. He's around 7, 8 years old. So he cycles to the nearest shop and says, Mummy has told me to give 100 grams of sesame and 100 grams of rice. He puts it nicely in different packets and gives it to him. And this person is hurry to deliver and then go to play because his friends are waiting. On the way, there's a small stone on which the cycle slips. Cycle falls down. He is not hurt. But all the sesame seeds, till, and the rice fall down. So what does he do? He sees one bag is completely torn, the other bag is not that torn. So somehow he patches it up with a paper. He puts all the sesame seeds and rice inside and gives it to the mother. And the mother says, what is this? It fell down, therefore. But how can I separate? Now you only sit and separate. That's your punishment. Why? You should be more careful. So he is separating what? One rice, one sesame seed. One rice, one sesame. This is also a discrimination, a physical discrimination. He is white, he is black, she is yellow, all these physical attributes. He is tall, she is short, he is obese, she is thin. All these attributes are on a very physical level, absolutely temporary. All these attributes. Majority of people discriminate only on that level. Second type of discrimination is where a liquid, any cola, is mixed with water. It is said of a bird, Hamsa. Hamsa is swan. So it is said, mystical swan, that when it drinks, it can differentiate between water and milk. It leaves the water and drinks the milk. Don't look out for it. It is not there, Baba. This is all the stories given that Hamsa is a Paramhamsa, is a person who discriminates in the world what is real, what is unreal. He gives up the unreal part. I'll explain to you the verse. And then takes the milk, the good thing. So it's always taking the good thing, giving up the bad thing. Okay. This is the second element, second differentiation. Third is H2O. To differentiate and bifurcate H2 and O, that is water molecule, you can't do it outside. You can't do it outside the lab in your own house. You have to set a lab and then differentiate it. So the more subtler it goes, the more inward you go. So first is the differentiation of the physical personality. Second is the differentiation mentally. He is low, I am high. He is rich, I am poor. All these are mental attributes. Third is my own desires and their own desires and comparisons with that. When the discrimination goes to a higher level, then it is called TattvaViveka. So what is it? TattvaViveka kaha. Atma Satyam Tadyanta Sarvam Mithyeti. What is the inquiry into the truth? What is the meaning of this inquiry into the truth? Does this person who seems to have been realized, seems to know perhaps what the world is and what he or she is, what kind of an intellect that person has? What kind of mind the person has? Does he also deal with the world in the same way as we all are dealing? Or does he have a special way of tackling every aspect of life? So that attitude is the discrimination we are talking here. So self, what is the inquiry into the truth? One line. Self is real. Other than that, all is unreal. Self is real. Other than that, all is unreal. So first of all, we'll have to find out what unreality is. Self is real. All else is unreal. We can't find out what is the self if we don't know the other thing? Well, we know it. Vedanta subject flows always from the known to the unknown. When you see that I don't know something, from there, how do you reach a state of what I don't know? You need to find out who you are, your supreme self. Yes, sir, correct. I need to find out what my supreme self is. To need to find out what is the supreme self, you need to have unconditional love in you. You need to have that omnipotent attitude towards the world. You need to have an attitude of omniscient. You are seeing everything what the other people are not seeing. You should always be happy, always be peaceful. You should always forgive everything that is happening in the world. All these concepts are unknown. Have you ever lived, any of you, with an attitude of unconditional love? No. All our love is conditioned. If my husband, wife, children don't cater to me or parents in a particular way, then my relationship towards them has changed. It has changed. Everything is conditional. So when I deal in unknown terms, how can I reach that unknown? Majority of people talk about that state or show as teachers, as us, that we are at a different level. Just to show that we are always happy, we are always smiling. It's not that. We also have our problems. The only difference is we know how to approach it. Problems will be there. There's this beautiful quotation: sorrows there shall be in the world, but suffering is optional. Sorrows there shall. So there will be problems. There is no way problem is not going to be there. But should I suffer? Suffering is optional. So that inquiry into the reality is what that matters. There's this beautiful story. Once it happened. A saint was there in a particular village. He came from another place and he gives darshan to everybody. So the whole village came for his darshan. And they were all queuing, and he met everybody and said everything all right, good. And he met from morning 8 o'clock to night 10 o'clock, poor man was giving darshan. And you know what's the dangerous part is, you have to always smile. You can't show tiredness, because if you show tiredness even like this, the people will say, the person is not spiritual. See, I can see tension in the face. So they have to always keep on hugging, keep on. And that happened. 10 o'clock, he said, winding up, I am going to sleep. All the assistants locked the door and went away. When they went away, he was about to sleep. There was a knock on the door. The sannyasi asked, who's it? And there was this meek voice outside the door. And the voice outside the door was, I don't know who I am. Therefore, I have come to you. The sannyasi opened the door. He saw a 7-year-old boy. He just hugged that boy and said, this is one person I would like to be with. His name was Bhulesha, a saint. I don't know who I am. I have these qualifications. I don't know. What am I doing? Every time I am living in this world, I am playing a role. Now look at this. I am playing a role in this class as a teacher. You are playing the role of a student. When the class gets over, you move on and start playing the role of a husband, of a wife, of a mother, of a daughter, of a son, vagara, 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 of a boss, of an employee, different roles. And our whole life is just playing these roles. In and through all these roles, where everybody is playing, we have somewhere lost our original identity. So here, the inquiry should be what? That which is real. That which is real. Self is real. Other than that, all is Mithya. What is this self? Other than that, what is this Mithya? Self is reality. Mithya is unreal. I'll explain to you Mithya. The reality is defined as that which existed in the past, that which is existing in the present, that which will continue to exist in the future. That's it. So anything which exists at all the three periods of time is called real. This is by definition. We'll explain the definition. Unreal or Mithya. Mithya is that which is existing now, but was not there in the past, will not be there in the future. Mithya is that which is existing. So it's not said Mithya is not there. Mithya is not there from a higher point of view, but it is there. When a 9-year-old girl is crying, this happened actually in one of our classes. She was crying. I asked, what happened, beta? So no, I can't share this with anybody, sir, but I'm close to you, so I can. Yeah, tell me, beta. Don't tell your parents. I will not tell your parents. Don't worry. Sir, you know that I am studying in 5th standard. I said, yes, beta, I know 5th standard. You're a very intelligent child. Sir, all my friends have boyfriends, only I don't have. 5th standard. But I love somebody, but that person does not look at me at all. Again, I'm saying 5th standard. Now to that child, where she has this feeling for a particular boy and the boy is not looking, for her the hurt is real. For her, her emotions at that age is real. From our standpoint of view, you say, kya? 5th standard? Love? What are you talking? They have no idea. It's puppy, beta, leave it. बहुत मिलेंगे, छोड़ो छोड़ो ये सब nonsense. Don't get concentrated. We can't talk like that. For them, it is real. When you move to a higher strata, you become an adult, it is unreal. So reality is that which exists at all periods of time. Unreality or Mithya is that which exists for a period of time, but it is not long lasting. It is not long, it disappears. Now look around. As I told you, Vedanta, knowledge always flows from the known to the unknown. What I know the world. I know the world everywhere. I'm seeing, I'm playing roles. All these roles, what I relate with my father, can I have the same attitude with my husband? Answer is no. The role is switched. What I have play a role with my husband or wife, can I play the same role with my children? No, the role is switched. So all these roles, whatever I am playing throughout the day, is temporary. All these roles are temporary. There is nothing permanent. Correct? But in and through all these roles being played, who's playing it? Who's playing it? I am playing it. When I am playing the role of a father, I am the father. I am the mother. I am the brother, I am the sister, I am the husband, I am the wife, I am the children, I am the dog, I am the cat, blah, 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 blah. That I factor never changes. Then that I is the continuum in all the temporary facets of life. Focus should not be on the temporary aspect. Focus should be on who is conducting the temporary aspect. And when something is temporary around you, the first thing you do is you don't get serious about it. I am playing the role of so and so. I am not serious about it. It's like a director telling an actor, it happened, true story, in India, in Calcutta, I think so, where they were playing the role, theatre on the story Othello. And in that Othello, if anybody knows Othello, Shakespeare, the last scene is where Othello feels that his wife is deserted him. She is in love with somebody else and he can't bear that. She is not in love with somebody else. She is genuine. She's a very beautiful and dutiful wife. But he thinks that she is with somebody else. And in that fit of emotion, in that fit of anger, he takes a pillow and smothers her to death on the bed itself. This was the theater going on and the acting was brilliant. The man took the pillow and put it on that lady and the lady was struggling. Everything was so real. They were horrified. And ultimately the lady falls down. And that's the end. And all audience clapped and said, wow, what acting. These guys are amazing. That man in the fit of playing the role literally really killed that lady. That lady was dead. When you are playing a role, you play the role to the best of your ability. That's what good actors do. Each and every role to perfection. Like in a theater, the man is there and he's hugging his sister or brother or husband. They're all playing their roles. And they do a brilliant job. They cry, they laugh, they crack a joke, they do everything possible. Everything they do. After doing everything, the role is perfectly played. Some director somewhere who is not in the screen sits on the chair and wields that megaphone and says, cut. And as soon as they say cut, they move off to their own places. The heroine goes to the place, the hero, and then they go to their natural identity, their original identity. When I am playing a role, I understand the role is temporary. When I understand the role is temporary, I put my all into it. Because it's a role to be played. I don't take it seriously. So many people say when you take things seriously, then only it's valuable. No. In fact, don't take anything seriously. Everything is temporary around us. In and through that temporariness, find out what that reality is. Our whole life is based on this one concept. Therefore, I'm focusing on this verse today. Our whole life, we have got married to the temporary aspects of the world. We have gone and lived and understood and identified that this is the way our life is going to be. And the temporary aspects of the world will keep on fluctuating according to my nature, according to the world's whims and fancies, according to the relations' whims and fancies. It will keep on fluctuating. And the more I identify with these fluctuations, the more I identify with these fluctuations, the more I tend to get upset. Has anybody been sad or upset when they are not relating with people and when they are not thinking about anything else? That happens when you go for a holiday, when you go to a particular place where you are alone in between nature, whether it is the Himalayas, the great mountains, or it is some ocean beach, or it is some wildlife, jungle. You're just sitting there having a cup of whatever you want to drink, tea, coffee, or juice, or you are having that, and you're just enjoying. Morning 6:30, sitting in the swing of that hotel or house or whatever, and enjoying. What is disturbing you? Nothing. The world is not there. When you are on your own, nothing can disturb you. Last, honestly, if you can remember, when were you alone? I am not talking about alone, not having relatives around. I am thinking of alone here. In spite of everything that is happening around you, internally you are absolutely in solitude. That's this beautiful movie, Shawshank Redemption. I know a scene in that, so I'll tell you that scene. This man is trying to do good work in the jail. He's caught in a wrong, implication is done, and he's thrown in a jail. Guilt, he's not done anything wrong. So he's sitting there and he is listening. Suddenly he sees an opera CD, and he is there placed in the chief's office. So he shuts the door of the chief, and then he goes and puts that record and plays the opera music for everybody. It never happened in the jail, but then everybody is blaring the music, and everybody, all the prisoners are listening. You can't understand a single word of what that opera singer is singing, but there's a dialogue. Your heart soars over just listening to a music which has never been heard for so many times, never actually in a jail. The jailer comes and says, "Come on, stop it." Outside, from outside the door, he's knocking and saying, "Stop it, reduce the volume." So he just goes, increases the volume, and then sits more nicely. The jailer says, "You're going to have it." He breaks the door and he's put into solitary confinement for 1 month. Small room, dumped inside, one time food, no windows, no social link, sitting. After 1 month he comes out, and everybody is laughing at him. They say, what crime did you put a opera, some singing for everybody, and you were thrown into jail, solitary confinement for 1 month? Was it worth it? They're like, "Kya kiya? Why did you do it?" He says, "Remember, whatever the world does to you, remember, whatever the world does to you, there is a small corner in your heart which the world can never reach. I sit in that corner and enjoy like this and watch the procession of world moving on. Watch my own body interact, watch my own mind, everything from that vantage point." So that's what we need to know. What is temporary? I am not going to get involved in those things, because I have understood what is permanent. My whole life is divided into a series of experiences. From morning to night, from birth to death, it's one experience after another. In Sanskrit, it is called Anubhavadhara, a flow of experiences. So if I want to make my life beautiful, I need to focus on making the experiences beautiful. That's all. Each and every experience is made up of two things. I am relating to the world. If this is the statement, then this whole statement is broken up into two in English language: subject and object. I, the subject, is interacting with the world, the object. Got it? So in every experience, When I, the subject, and the interaction between I and the world, the object, is perfect, the experience has to be perfect. The experience will be beautiful. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. Do I know then how to relate? Yes, sir. Subject and object. No, I don't know. What the world is doing is, the world, since the every experience is the combination of subject and object, the world is constantly improving the world, the object. It's constant improvement, self-improvement. People are coming and improving. I remember in children, sometimes when we have this children's class every Saturday, they say, sir, I wanted to ask you one thing. How did you live before computers? They can't imagine. How did you live before internet? Supposing internet is not there, computer, how did you live without mobile phones? They can't understand how we live because they have not experienced it. Olden time, there used to be a dabba phone, a big phone, drrr, drrr, and you have to put this thing and then talk like this, putting the clock, 1960s, 50s perhaps. Now, when I see people, I see a man talking and doing this to me across, and like a fool, I also did this. I thought, he's saying good morning or something. Then I saw that there is a wire running around his mouth and he's talking to somebody. That level of advancement where things are happening, you can't even catch it. Technology is changing at a very brisk pace. I buy a phone now, after 2 days it is gone. Something else comes up. I buy a laptop now, 2 things. Things are changing brilliantly. It is doing a very good work. Everything is changing. Everything is app based. APP. If really we understand everything is app based, there is no problem. Until that, app is a problem. App based should be their life. App ke liye. So every time the world is changing brilliantly. All of them are doing a great job. The scientists are doing the great job. The government is supposed to do a great job to take care of the whole thing. In spite of the world being so magnificently taken care of for X amount of years, 50 years back, 50 years we chodo, 5 years back, 2 years back, the gaps are different. There's one child in one of the children's class, he had a national competition in robotics, and I did the grave mistake here, and he won. He went to some foreign country and he won for India. I did the gravest mistake of my life of asking what he did in that robotic. 15 minutes he had a discussion with me. I'm not joking. 15 minutes he talked to me what progress he did, what process, and what he demonstrated before them. I was listening like this for 15 minutes without understanding a single word. Then I said, listen, I can't understand any of your technical jargons. Break it to me as if you're talking to a dinosaur, an old dinosaur. He says, sir, actually we make robotic, that process was there, that sample was there to see that we should have clean water. Enough. So many times when people say, sir, I can't understand Vedanta, I exactly know how they feel, because I feel the same way when I'm talking to somebody else. Everything is improving. 50 years back, 40 years back, it's going brilliant. But is the human being happy? Is the human being happy? 40 years back, each and every house had a puja room, some puja room. Either you have a photo or a inscription of an Allah, or a photograph of a Jesus Christ, or Bhagavad Gita, or Rama. Each house had that. Each house, where the grandmother or grandfather would come, open that book and read a particular shloka or a verse or a sermon and explain it according to their own thing too. So the day started with that, of something good, something noble in everybody's life. And then they lived the life. That was a generation. No stress. 40 years back, 30, why 20 years back, have you ever heard of a stress seminar? Have you ever heard the concept of time management? Never. Because they were always on time. It was by default. By default, they knew that if I focus on the work, the result will come. What stress? क्या stress लेने का इसमें? They knew it because they were getting those messages from these great textbooks and perhaps great teachers. The more the world developed, the more it is developing at a breakneck speed, literally breaking everybody's neck. More and more people are involved into this race, and more people are getting agitated, stressed, angry at the shortest aspect of every life. They are literally on pinpricks. People are afraid to talk to each other. People are afraid. What kind of an attitude? So the world is supposed to improve with all these discoveries and inventions, but the people are eating more and more medicines. There more and more sickness. Majority of the diseases, I don't want to name those diseases, you can Google it and find out. Majority of the diseases are called psychosomatic diseases. Diseases caused by one's standard of living, modern living. Diseases coming out of that, the lethargy, the complacency, all these things. World is improving, but the human being is more and more agitated than what he or she was in the previous generation. The children, everybody say, but this generation has got more distraction. It is not that. Distraction was there even then. But they knew how to control the distraction. This generation does not. So what went wrong? Our great scientists, the sages and saints of this country, they sat and thought about it. And they came to a conclusion that every experience is made up of subject and object. The object is taken care of beautifully, but the subject is ignored to a point of fault. Nobody knows who he or she is. We are told by people around that who you are, but I don't know who I am. Therefore, the great rishis, sages and saints focused on that reality. I. Who are you? If I ask you, who are you? You will give me a card. Sir, I am so and so. Dhansukh Trivedi, some name, okay? I Dhansukh Trivedi. One man, one prince went to a king, a sage, and the prince said, Guruji, pranam. He says, teach me something. I want to learn something. Who are you? I am the prince of Vijayawada. Oh. Vijayawada is what? Is a state. Yeah, it's a state. You are a prince of Vijayawada means it is just a designation. You are a prince. You are born in a particular house, therefore you are a prince. Yes, sir. Who are you? I am the son of that king, Raja Rajeshwar. I've heard about Raja Rajeshwar. So you are born in that house, therefore you are a son. That is not your identity. No, beta, you're not getting it. I'm asking, who are you? I'm a man. Very good, very good. Achha, you are a man. But then this is the name of your species. Man, woman. This is the name of the species. I'm asking, do you get what I'm asking? I'm asking, who are you? After half an hour of thinking, he comes to the teacher, bows to his feet and says, I don't know who I am. all I have been informed is to give my designations to everybody. I am the son of so and so, I am working so and so, I am a chairman without a chair, I am this, I am that woman, I have done this. I am giving all the references of what the world thinks I am. Not a single time I have thought about who am I? Bulla ki jana main kaun? Who am I? I don't know who I am. That reality facing all around the world is what is the real inquiry. Other inquiry is not there. Spiritual inquiry is not this book or that book. That is not. What is real and what is unreal. Nitya anitya viveka vichara, as Bhajagovindam says. Find out what is your true identity. What is unreal? So how do you start? Find out what is unreal around you. I am playing roles everywhere. Yes. Are these roles permanent? No. Husband and wife married together for 50 years. Very good. Congratulations. Golden anniversary. Husband dies away. Where does the wife go? The wife also disappears. The lady is there playing the role of a wife until the husband is there. When the husband is gone, wife disappears. The station of the wife disappears. That appears and disappears immediately. Then she gets married again, she becomes a wife. The situation, the person becomes, so all these roles are temporary. Play it well, like a game. Understand a game is temporary, play it well. But throughout the life, your whole study is to find out who you are. Imagine yourself that you are sleeping at night and somebody's injected you with something and they have dumped you into a mental asylum. Some villains in your life, they have put you. Now you are in the mental asylum. You look around. Everybody is mad. Everybody is mad. You catch hold of everybody and say, you know what is the reality of life? I am not mad. I am not mad. Actually, I have a wife, I have children, I have my business. I don't know why. Everybody will laugh at you. And chances are they may thrash you up to say that you are not mad. So what you do? Knowing where you are, you relate with the lunatic people, the mad people, as you relate. As you relate with them. You also laugh. They will laugh, crack a joke. You also crack a joke. You put a dingy, something you do because they are doing. They will laugh, you and they look alike in all your behavior, in all your patterns, in all your activities. But there is a stark difference between all of them and you. They don't know what they are doing. You know what you are doing. You are acting mad. They are mad. While you are acting as a mad person, whenever you are alone, what will you think? How to get out of this mess and keep your leniency, keep your sanity intact in and through the interactions of insane people around you. Correct? This is what you'll do in a madhouse. And you will try to find a way out because you know you are not mad. Similarly, when you understand the unreality of life, you play the game to the best of its ability, but knowing that it is temporary in its nature. Find out what is your identity. And the only discrimination is that to find out what is your reality. Once you find out who you are, Now don't start asking question. Actually, that is what is my question, sir. Who am I? We'll discuss that eventually. First of all, understand everything around you is temporary. Remove it one by one. Remove it mentally, not physically. Physically, you be with everybody. Understand it is temporary. It's a game going on. So first of all, I refuse to take anything seriously around me. And inquire into your own life. You buy a small dog, a Pomeranian, and that Pomeranian, you give a name. Tommy, Tommy, Tommy. It doesn't even look at you because it doesn't know his name is Tommy. After a few days or a week, you keep on calling him Tommy, 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 Tommy. It looks back and then realizes, Arey, my name is Tommy. I did not know. Now I know my name is Tommy. Acha, acha, acha. Then some guests come. Tommy is very cute, running around, wagging his tail. And they say, look, I'll show you to the guest. Tommy, go and get your jar, beta, food jar. And the dog goes and gets its food jar. And the guest says, wow, so beautiful. Acha, Tommy, walk on two legs. And it walks. I said, wow, look, amazing, huh? Amazing talent. Tommy grows. Then when the same guest comes after 5 years and says, Tommy, go and get the thing, he doesn't come. Tommy, walk on two legs, he doesn't. Why? Because it's time to get mated. Now he's disputing everything. He's not bothered about what people think. His focus is only on mating. Then you mate the dog. Then the dog breeds. Then the small litters, puppies come. And this dog, Tommy, is sitting now. Slowly the hairs start falling down. Worms comes everywhere. And between the age of that dog of 12 or 13 years or whatever, the dog dies. This is the life of Tommy. Cut the life of a human being. I am born. Somebody gives me a name. Rohan, Rohan, Rohan. Somebody gives me some name. I don't even look at that person. I don't know who this person is. Rohan is simply calling. And then it strikes me after a week. Arey, my name is Rohan. My name is this. Acha, acha. And you start responding to that. Then you have some talent. You can sing, you can dance, do something. Then you show it to the world. Call a friend and say, look what my child can do. Sing, beta, sing. And the child will sing. La, 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 la. And very good, very good. Wow, what a beautiful dance. How talented my child is. Rohan grows. Then the parents say, Acha, Rohan, beta, he is gone by the way. He is not listening to his parents anymore. Why? Time to mate. Time to meet the girlfriend or the boyfriend. Then he studies, he gets his work in a beautiful multinational company, perhaps a foreign country. He breeds, he has children, he has children. And when the children are growing, this Rohan, hair has become white, hair has slowly fallen down. Eyebrows have become white. Skin is sagging. While getting up, there is a lot of noise. While sitting down, there is a lot of noise. Shoulders don't move as well as it used to move 2 years back. He's getting tired. He's getting a little slow. And then Rohan sits. Can't move here, can't move there. Mother Earth is calling, Rohan, come back, come to me, beta, come to me. And Rohan says, I am not going to come to you. Whatever, you can keep on pulling me and I'll walk like this, but I will not come towards you. The mother says, come beta, come. I will not come to you. And you take a stick and put it in between. Look, there is a distance of a stick between you and me. And then you walk on the stick and you feel good. Mother still patiently waits. Beta, come beta. Then even the stick is trembling. Now you don't know what to do. So you take that walker 4 and hold it there and say, I am not coming. The mother waits a little while more. And then off you go to her beautiful lap. Tommy was the name given to the dog. He lived a full life. But was Tommy the original identity of that animal? Rohan lived his full life from childhood to death. But what's the name Rohan? His original identity. When you start thinking about it, I've been given a name, I've been given a designation, I'm living in a particular society, and blah, 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 blah. Is this who I am, or am I something more? From here on, the knowledge speaks about introversion. Now there is nothing other than the world. World is gone. There are no good qualities, bad qualities, acha kiya, bura kiya, forgive them. All those things are concepts are gone. That is why this 1 week was given as a rest, for you to understand that all that studies is gone. Now we are moving into a different channel altogether. This is gear number 2, not 4, gear number 2, where you will start learning about, okay, I need to know who I am. And from here on, your real Vedanta study starts, where he talks about your gross body, your subtle body, your causal body, what makes them, what is Maya, all those concepts are explained, which we'll be doing diligently. Please continue your studies, get into the qualifications properly, and then move on. If you are a proper student, you will get proper answers. But if you don't study, if you don't do your diligent homework every day, then you will start feeling the gap between what is being spoken and what has been understood. We'll continue next time. Thank you very much. Hari Om.